Only 0.5% of high school athletes who play baseball will eventually get drafted to the MLB. Already facing those slim to none odds, one El Paso Chihuahua started the sport later than most, and they continued to face adversities throughout his college career. Overcoming those challenges, he made his debut in the majors earlier this year in San Diego, and last week I got the chance to chat with him about that opportunity. Learn more about infielder Graham Pauley.
Swung on, driven, hit well. It's near the fence, and it is over the wall for a home run. Pauley gets it out of here.
Honestly, I kind of started playing later probably than most kids. I didn't really start playing until I was like 10 years old. Really focused on like football, basketball, and soccer growing up. I had a football coach that was like, you know, I'm coaching a baseball team, and you got to come out and try to play and see what you can do. And instantly kind of fell in love with the game, and then the rest is kind of history. I've been playing ever since.
And then baseball, of course, took you to Duke. What was it about the Blue Devils program that you thought you could succeed in, both athletically as well as academically?
Duke kind of just had the best of both worlds. Close to home. I'm from Georgia, so close enough to where my parents would come see me. Like, not every day, but whenever they wanted to. I fell in love with the staff there. I fell in love with the culture there. Like you said, academics and athletics, that was one of the big reasons that I chose Duke in the first place.
Taking a look at your freshman year, fall started off pretty normal, and then you head into spring, COVID hits, right?
Yeah.
So that takes out your first season. Just what effect did that have on you mentally as well as a player?
We got told that we were going to be sent home and didn't know if the season was going to go, what was going to happen after. Looking back on it, it was honestly kind of a blessing for me in a weird way. You know, I probably wouldn't have played much that year, and it kind of led me to go home and kind of, you know, recollect myself and realize like what I needed to work on. You know, it kind of had mixed emotions for me, because I think if that hadn't happened, I don't know if I would be where I am today.
You mentioned it was a blessing in disguise. You know, when you take a look at those 2021 stats, you started in 25 games, you played in 30, but then the following year, you started in all 54. You led the team in terms of batting average, hits, and runs. So just what was it that really ignited that spark in you?
Physically, like, I kind of realized that I was, you know, a little bit too small, like undersized for the college level. I realized that I needed to, you know, get stronger, get faster in order to compete at that level. And then mentally, like, kind of focus on myself there. You know, it allowed me to like self-reflect and realize, you know, what I'm good at, what I need to get better at. So I think it was just kind of physically and mentally a good challenge for me.
2022, you're selected by the Padres organization. It's every kid's dream to play in the big leagues. So just take me back to what that moment was like for you.
Yeah, I didn't know for sure if I was going to get drafted. I thought I had a good chance, but I wanted to be with my family just in case it did happen. So I was home, and you know, I got the phone call and told my parents, told, you know, close friends, and then seeing it like on TV and everything, you know, I wanted to give it my all, because it's, you know, my dream growing up.
Pauley lifts one deep to right field towards the corner. That ball is gone. First big league hit is a homer for Graham Pauley.
Fast forward to this year, you get called up to head to San Diego. Your first at bat, wearing the Padres uniform, is it something you've done a million times? You're like, okay, it's just facing the pitcher, goal is to get a hit, get a run, or are there a little more nerves in that situation?
I wish I could say that it's just like any other day, but it really is not. Like, that first at bat, I almost felt like I just kind of blacked out. Like, you want to soak it all in, but you want to also be in the moment and realize that, you know, I got a job to do. I want to, you know, help this team win.
This is an interesting stat that I found in terms of your career since getting drafted. 2022, you were part of 2 teams and made 2 moves in 4 months. 2023, you were part of 4 teams and made 4 moves in 6 months. This year, 2024, 2 teams, Chihuahuas and Padres, 4 moves in 2 months. That's a lot of back and forth. So just what effect does that have on you as a person as well as out on the field?
You kind of feel like you're just constantly on the road. That's part of the game, but you know, it's really important to just stay in the moment. I think, you know, you can't be thinking about, oh, like I should be there, or oh, I want to be there. I think it's important to stay in the moment and realize like who you're playing for and what you're trying to do as a team, what you guys want to accomplish. So I think that's probably been the biggest challenge for me, is, you know, feeling like you're a part of 2 teams, but you really just kind of got to focus on where you're at right now.
Bouncing back and forth, there's always a different dynamic wherever you go, a different coaching style wherever you go. So for you personally, what role do you strive to take on no matter what team you're a part of?
Just being the same guy every day. I want to be a guy that's close with everyone, that can help other guys, you know, whatever they're working on. And at the end of the day, ultimately help the team win. That's the goal at whatever level you're at. You know, of course you want self-success, but it's also important to, you know, that comes with helping the team win.